So guys, we got the fellas from KZG here on the line. We've got both Samuuks, who was a big hero in that nuke. I think he top fragged overall. And we got Zuko, the new recruit. Couldn't interview you while you're on DX8 because Ruffleco was like, mate, interview me first. But how have you two been going today?
Yeah, you can go first. Yeah.
Bro, it's very interesting. Since we haven't been able to practice for 2 weeks now.
Yep.
The team's been all over the place. But coming in with the tournament, even on the weekend, we definitely felt it then, and then felt it in the first map. And then we kind of got back into the groove of it slowly in the second map. But for sure, obviously, we had a showing, so we did do something.
Yeah, how nervous was it after the first map to go into that second map after like Housebets just basically put you to bed, like chucked you in very early on?
I think we just had like zero pressure going into it because, you know, we got absolutely annihilated in the first map. So we just went into the second map just knowing that main thing is we just reset, got the morale up because it was pretty down, obviously, after a 13-2 loss. And over the weekend, we performed really badly. So
we got 13-2s as well on the weekend as well.
Yeah, so we got smashed.
We got already prepared for it, to be honest.
Yeah. So we were like, oh, another 13-2. Oh well. Let's go into this nuke. We know if we can wing the knife, we can possibly, close out the map. So that's what we did.
Talking about the knife round overall, I gotta say, great sportsmanship on doing the 4v4 knife on Inferno. Given that Wombat was probably playing some Elden Ring just before game.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta be nice.
Yeah,
you gotta be nice.
Now, overall,
exactly.
Okay, so what's the excuse on why you guys can't scrim? Okay, did you have 2 players stuck in Poland?
Yeah.
Is he going to go with the Rooster excuse?
Pretty much. No, basically what happened is IGL, Estate, or Bailey, he was just away on holidays to see family down in Melbourne for 2 and a bit weeks, so we couldn't do any scrimming. So yeah, and basically because Luke Zuko only joined the team a month ago, I think we've only had 3 nights of scrims as a team.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically we came in, our first game back was that qualifier.
Yep.
And when we had one theory, we just went over a lot of theory yesterday because we got smashed on the weekend, and that's basically all the practice we've done coming into this. Yeah.
So where is Melbourne in Poland?
I know it's like a nice rural area. Down by the Shire sort of situation, but yeah.
That's New Zealand. But anyway. So how does it feel like you guys are in a really good position to make the playoffs at the moment? You got a 1-1 against Housebets. You didn't surrender a head-to-head tiebreak. How does it feel at the moment to be, in there? You're one of those teams that are in the running for a playoff spot. And also, not to mention as well, you can't be relegated either.
That's always nice to know. It feels pretty good to take a map off of Housebets or anyone that's above us in the league. I'm still kind of iffy about it because we're well, it feels too real at the moment, to be honest. It's not like a crazy thing. It's only Oz CS, but it's at least we still have that fighting chance. I think we've got Rooster and Mind Freak. I think Mind Freak's tomorrow.
Yep.
So we've still got 2 tough opponents, and if we can go 1-1 with both them, then I think we might have a really good chance of making it to the finals. But other than that, it's gonna be close.
What are your thoughts, Samuuks, on that? Whether you guys are gonna make the playoffs or not, or you're gonna be the unlucky 6th team where Rooster is at the moment?
I would say odds are definitely against us, but if we can go into at least the CT half on Nuke with that same positivity and morale, we definitely have a chance to take a map. But as I said, the odds are definitely still against us, especially with the limited practice we've had, which is unfortunate.
So you guys are gonna go and pick Nuke against Mind Freak. The last team that picked Nuke against Mind Freak, right? They got 13-0'd.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know what maps we're gonna be playing. To be honest, it's kind of let's do theory on that, and let's hope for the best if we get it or not.
Yeah.
You know what Tux said? Tux is screaming and screaming, no, Josh, why did you tell them? They would have picked Nuke.
Oh shit, it's gonna be fun. These last 2 games gonna be fun. Keen for tomorrow though, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So with KZG's new additions of Zuko and DPR, like, how do you feel that have gelled? Oh, obviously Zuko, you can say this as well, but how well have you guys gelled Zuko and DPR into the team now? Because a lot of people expect a lot out of KZG given this roster. Like, people feel like the ceiling is, the sky's the limit for you guys.
No, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it's definitely been going like pretty well. But obviously, like I said, like the limited practice and playing together, we haven't like been able to gel properly. We've played a bit longer with DPR. Obviously when Ming was on the roster still, so we obviously played. The cores played with Josh for a bit longer. But yeah, with Zuko's been great since he's come in. You know, he brings some energy that we've missed, and he also has really good entry and firepower. So yeah, really happy to have him on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
So what about Estate as an IGL? Like, how is he different to Mingovi or any of your IGLs in particular? Like, you know, is Estate more aggressive, more passive? Or how does his in-game leadership works? Or is he just still learning the ropes and whatnot?
Yeah, he used to IGL us back in the day in, you know, the ECA Open Leagues.
Yep.
So he used to be our IGL back then. So we kind of already knew roughly what it would be like. Obviously, we brought Min in. I would say Ming's a lot more like tactical. He's very smart when it comes to the game. You know, it's a lot about, you know, understanding micro. Macro is pretty down pat. I think at the moment, it's actually our macro that we still need to work on. That's obviously because of the practice. But yeah, overall, I think the team prefers Bailey's like style of IGLing just because it's a bit more, I would say, loose and allows the players a bit more freedom. And I would say that's the main difference in the two IGLing styles.
What's the difference between macro and micro? Like, you know, what do you define as macro and what do you define as micro? Mainly, a lot of players probably don't get that term, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say macro is just more like everything about the game. So like how to rotate, you know, when we're like grouping, going into execute, stuff like that, that's macro. And micros is like the small decisions, like in after plants, where are we going? Are we making a play at this time or are we just sitting back? Micro is more so individual and macro is more so like team stuff.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
What about yourself, Zuko? Like, compared to other IGLs you've been under, you know, you've been under Kyo, the master of cats, you know, and probably a lot of different IGLs. How is the state compared to the other ones?
Even like back in Lesse, I remember. I think Estate out of all of them are pretty loose. Like in Lesse, where for what I remember, Archie on that roster was a very good IGL and he would be very loose as well. It's a very similar play style, especially on Nuke. For me to especially be a bit free with outers as well. Lets me shoot some people sometimes.
Yep.
And sometimes it works out. But yeah, overall Estate, still only been, I guess, maybe a week full of IGLing, honestly. It's nice, and I'm excited to see what the future beholds with it all.
So, with outside, what happens if it doesn't work out? Is it just a white screen and your game starts playing Skyrim and be like, you're awake?
Nah, it actually goes black and it just goes, you're dead.
That's not,
no, it's with the util support for sure. I can still be impactful anyways as well, but it's still just very loose. We're very adaptive with that map. It feels like for not scrimming it, so it feels pretty good. Maybe it's just a bit of luck, but we'll have to wait and see.
How hard is it to play outside as a CT in particular? Like, you know, what sort of challenges with it? Because I remember when James Roffleco was first playing it, and he's like very tentative, very passive, and you get like an experienced person like APOC, for example, playing it, and he's just basically, I don't know, you know, like horror movies where like some guy grabs a leg and the player disappears? That's like APOC basically. Like how? I'm trying to think. It's being proactive and being able to not let the T's know where you are and taking, I guess,
being sneaky, like you're saying about APOC, you know, it's being sneaky and trying to get around and take timings. There was one round we double aggress secret and walked up, and it was a great timing. I think it was the last couple of rounds. It was great timing.
Yeah.
And, someone just walked into garage, and someone was all up in the open.
Yeah.
Bang! Surprise! Come out and gotcha.
Yeah. Is it really just trying to guess the enemy's timing, and you're just trying to walk a tightrope? You ever played Zelda Ocarina of Time where you have to dodge the guards, and there's this one set where you have to like nail a timing to walk past them so they don't see you? Is that how that works at times with Outside?
I've never played Zelda.
Yeah.
Honestly, got into PC gaming, and CS was my first love and only love.
It's a Nintendo 64 game.
But I play anything else, so
Okay.
I wouldn't know what terminology you're getting at. Sorry, but yeah, I can't explain that. Sorry.
Okay. It's more about a game of timing. Anyways, what are you guys looking at in particular those last two matches? Like, are you guys looking to split the matches, or is there any specific team do you want to get a tie break against, like a head-to-head tie break? I don't think you have any head-to-head tie breaks on the playoff teams. Let me see. You don't. You just ski all over the teams who are in relegation.
Yeah. I guess the only head-to-head tiebreak we got is gets house bets with the 1-1, but oh yeah, we got smashed by.
No, you got tie breaks against Mantra, DXA, and yeah, you got 1-1s elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how it works in the 1-1s. I think it goes to round difference when it's 1-1, and you got the same amount of wins. I'm pretty sure from last season that happened for at least the relegations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Which team in particular, would you like to take a tie break off, or is just splitting the rounds is okay enough for you? Just hope for the best.
Just see how it goes, honestly. Yeah, no clue. Yeah.
Also
for the best.
Yeah. Also for the ESL Atlanta Challenger event with Rooster going through. Are you guys like more encouraged, given that FlyQuest is starting to take invites to these ESL Challenger events, especially of the OC qualifier, to allow
Yeah, no, it's. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go for it. You were about to answer it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it's definitely really good. Obviously, when FlyQuest, I think, was it FlyQuest and B&K were at Pro League? Or was it FlyQuest? I can't remember. When we made it to ESL Challenger Melbourne, it gave us that experience. So I think it's like essential, especially in AU, like it's really just, it's FlyQuest, House Bets now, and Rooster who get those opportunities, and it's really good if we can get like the fourth team or even the fifth team sometimes to get an opportunity, because it gives those players on that team the experience they need to hopefully get better. And it's not even about like the experience, it's about like, especially for me when I went to ESL Challenger Melbourne, is you just like, wow, this is amazing. I want to get back here, and it gives you that like motivation to keep playing more because you want to get back to where you were. So I think that's really important for the scene.
I'm trying to think about it. I don't think I've talked to you about it, Samuuks or Zuko. Zuko, you went there for ESL Challenger Melbourne, but how was it? Okay, and we're not talking about FIFA. Okay, no FIFA allowed here. Okay, after the incident. But how was the LAN experience for you guys overall?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a bit weird because you kind of felt like, everyone, like, you had the ESL admins and they were always asking if you wanted things. You kind of felt like a king, like walking around. It was quite funny. Like, I'm not used to that, that's for sure. And also, it's really surreal because you see all the, the players online, You see them all online. You haven't seen them before in person. You get to meet them in person. And it was just really great, especially talking with like, MIBR and Party Astronauts, like all of them were like really nice, really helpful. That they were literally would play scrims against them, and they would literally just come to us and just tell us everything we did wrong in the scrims so we could improve. So they didn't care. Like they're really helpful, really nice guys. So yeah, it was a great experience.
I was gonna say, like, it was actually really good for KZG in particular when MIBR were being very arrogant because they forced Sport second round as a CT side. I'm like, can Big and KZG punish them for doing that? And you guys did.
Yes, and then we lost like every other round afterwards. But yeah, what was it? 13-4, I think. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I mean, if you can punish the basics, you're doing a pretty good job. Even though like MRBR were way above your pay grade. Like, how do you like play those sort of games where like the other team is just gonna shit all over you? Question for both of you, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just ask. I can answer, and then
Yeah.
Luke can say what he thinks as well. I think the best part about that is you just go into it like with just zero pressure on you. The biggest thing as well, when you play against the really good teams, it's a lot harder to anti-strat because they just play like maybe like you play an AU team, right? And they might have like 3 or 4 different like ways they might play. But then you watch like a FlyQuest or like, for example, MIBR, and you just have no clue what they're going to do. But the biggest thing is that you just got to expect that they're just going to disrespect you because they know they're better. So they just disrespect you. So the best thing to do is actually to try and disrespect them back, and then they don't expect it. But you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out. If you're not feeling it on the day, then obviously you haven't really got a hope. But yeah.
Yep.
That's my experience, at least.
And Zuko?
I feel like the experience kind of like happened in that game just then. Like we got pummeled, we were letting them push all over us, we weren't doing anything. And then on Nuke's side, we came in with a different mentality, different, motive, and like we brought in a whole different team when we came into that game. We had so much more hype than the Inferno game. And I feel like that also happens when you're versing a really higher level team. I haven't versed any too high level, only I think FlyQuest, but other than that, it's just trying to keep you cool and calm, and like Sam was saying, don't let them trample over you, really. Like they will do that, and they will keep doing that, and if you can't counter it, it's game over from there.
It's like it's not their problem, it's a you problem, basically.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So I gotta say this overall, is it because Inferno's not such a hype map, but Nuke is a hype map? Is that the reality of it?
You can answer that like I have no clue.
It's not the hype map, it was just we came into that game and we got shut down really quickly, and I think from the weekend result was also still daunting on us, and like we got shut down mentally really quickly, I believe, but coming into Nuke, we kept that high. We did start to lose it a little bit. You can see in the scoreline a little bit. But other than that, it was definitely there. And when we did win, like I think there was that we won a streak of losing, and we won that one round. And I feel like everyone went out for it. Like I know I did. I did.
Yeah, I did as well.
But it was that one round, and that definitely caught us back into it though, for sure.
I always put it down to it's a typical Nuke T side. Like you lose 3 rounds to the CTs, they keep 3 or 4 players alive. It's just very difficult to pick a lock because they've got everything, and they don't need much to win. They can have an MP9 and get a 2K, and it's just like, oh god, like you guys are back in the same spot again. Now, obviously with the results on the weekend, and I can actually say in particular with the so with Semper Fi in particular, have you guys scrimmed against Talon and Semper Fi yet in particular?
We've scrimmed against Semper Fi, but we haven't scrimmed against Talon. And the last time we did scrim them was, I think, when they the first week or 2 they arrived. So,
like we said, we haven't scrimmed in 2 weeks.
Like 2.5 weeks ago was the last time. But we did scrim Semper Fi though.
Yeah, how's that? Playing against some European pros and whatnot. Has that? Have you learned anything from Keen and Shady in particular?
I guess the main thing you learn is that it's kind of like what we're talking about with the good teams, like that we play. Like they just don't care. They will just disrespect you if they want. That's pretty much the main thing you learn about them. That they'll just make the play that they want to make. I think that's the main thing you learn from the Europeans. They just do what they want to do.
And Zuko, have you scrimmed Semper Fi yet, like on DXA or nah?
No, I don't believe so, but I believe we did. I swear I was on the roster when we did the Semper Fi. Honestly, I can't remember fucking yesterday. Sorry. But no, we did. Was it Inferno?
I think we've played them on. I think it's Anubis and Inferno. We got absolutely destroyed on Inferno, but I think we tied.
I think that was the one I was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting. But no, playing because I've been on, I play with Savage, been mates with Savage for a long time.
Yep.
And he's improved so much, and bringing the European style into it now, or just the players. Sorry, it's going to be interesting to see how they go. If after this weekend, I really hope they do qual and they do show up and prove themselves. Was it Atlanta? I can't remember what the qualifier was for.
The
But yeah,
qualifiers.
whatever the yeah, what was the qualifier for? Oh, it was for
Extreme
the
Lands.
Asia thing. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they do get over there, I really cannot wait to see what they do overseas.
Yeah, definitely. I say definitely as well on that one in particular. But I don't mind if, like, House Bets or another team win in particular as well.
Oh, for sure.
Actually, I was talking about Open.
For sure.
I was actually talking about Open overall in particular. So there's obviously Rebound in particular and Lee Lux. Like, obviously Lee Lux are back in ECL. Is there any other teams in Open other than Lee Lux or Rebound that we should watch out for that could come in ECL? Or alternatively, is there anything specific in Rebound and Lee Lux that we should watch out for?
Me personally, I don't know many other teams, to be honest. Like, even coming, like, for me, this is my first season back into it after being retired for a couple years, like being away from comp.
Yeah.
So I still don't know. Like, some of these new players that are around, I don't know anyone. So
I can
don't
briefly
have to
touch
say.
on it.
Yeah.
I think Lelux has some old, toxic players. They used to be called Team Toxic back in ESL Open, and they're very sharp. They're very mechanically very sharp. I think if they get the strats up, they'll be a really good team. But it's just they're very good mechanically. Rebound, I haven't seen much of. I think they're a bit new, but I think they're also very sharp mechanically as well. I think they're all like high. Either one face it. And then obviously other teams to look out for. I'm pretty sure above the rest, Jinxie, Ryu, that team. I think that's a good team to watch out for. I think they've qualified for the close quals for
they did.
the thing. Yep. So they're definitely a team to watch out for. Jinxie, ex-teammate.
Yep.
Great player. So yeah, definitely. And also I played with Ryu at the Sydney LAN.
Yeah. He's
both very good players. So yeah, I think they're the bet. In my opinion, even though they didn't do too well, they're one of the better teams. And also, I've got to say, Cannon Event also, but obviously with Kraz getting picked up, who I'd say is their best player, maybe that team, it will have some issues, because I think they were like a core for a while and they just lost their, one of their best players. So yeah.
As we're going to wrap up the interview, thanks you guys for coming on after the show. Really, really appreciate it. Do you want to say anything to your fans?
No worries.
Do you want to say anything to your fans before you leave?
I have fans. We have fans.
KZG definitely have fans, of course. Okay, they probably gonna be...
Shit, I gotta come into this. I gotta get prepared for this next time. For sure, next time I'll have a good speech for it.
Yeah, I can just say thank you all for supporting us, and also keep joining the the retake servers, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, see you guys. Thanks for coming in once again.
Thank you so much.